Hello and welcome to this quick tutorial. I'm going to point out the key elements, what you want to keep an eye on when you're watching some Blender tutorials. Up here you can see what type of through we're in. If we hit 5, we're going to orthographical through. Hit 5, you come back out of it. 1, you can go into front through. 3, right through. But if you hold, I think it Alt, no, Control and 3, it puts you in the left, and Alt and 1 back through. So that's one useful tip. Some other Blender YouTube tutorials and stuff will contain like a little thing down here, so you can see what people pressing. Was kind of handy. Down here, you really want to keep your eye on this when you're watching tutorials, because depending on what mode you're in, you can do certain things. Other modes you can't. So in here I can't actually really edit anything about its object at the moment. But yeah, if I go into edit mode, you might not even see people do that. They might hit tab and it switch between object mode and edit mode. And then you got these three icons down here: a little dot, a line, and a sheet of paper, or whatever it looks like. And it referring to the dots are referring to these little dots, the corner of the object. The lines are pointing to the edge of the object, and this flat piece here is referring to the face of the polygon. Down here as well, you got your different rendering types. You can go into render mode, or if you've got a texture on it, you can go in texture mode so you can see your textures. You can go into this one, what is the default one. You can go into wireframe, so you can even select things behind there. Oh no, when I'm clicking my left button, I set that up so I can select by hitting the left button instead of the right button. And if you want to do that, you can go into user preferences, and under input, is it input? Yeah, that's set it to left. And nothing you might notice is my theme is different. I find this theme a lot easier for my eyes, and if you want to change your theme, you go over here, and then you got your different themes down here. Yeah, let it come out edit mode. Oh, another thing is if you're in wireframe mode, right, you can hit C to go in wireframe mode or out of it. Would be handy. These icons down here, not really sure what that does. Turning it off takes away my tools, so I can't really move it by the looks of it, but I haven't really fiddled with that. So this little arrow icon is allowing you to grab it and move it around the scene. And let's put that back. Control Z undo. You got this one here, like a little arch. You can rotate the object and do that. And then you got this like cylinder with like a cube on end. This allows you to pull and stretch the object as you see fit. And do that. And down here you got like a magnet tool. Let's go back on the arrow tool over here, and what it does is allow you to snap to the grid, so you can move things around differently as well. And if you in edit mode, you can still use it. So kind of cool, so it can help you to line things up. And just note, sometimes when you try and duplicate something and you've got it selected, it can mess things up, so sometimes unticking that can help, but it depends on what you're doing and stuff. And yes, one more thing is, if you're using that NVIDIA graphics card, if you go into user preference and over to system, you want this checked. It allows you to do GPU rendering, and if you go over to here, I think in here, no, in here, set this to 512, but you're going to have to set this every time you want to render something out to 512. What this does is allow your GPU to render quicker. The other setting it don't render very well with the GPU, but the GPU render a lot quicker from your CPU if you've got the right settings on. One more thing is if you change your layout or whatnot, and you want to save it, you can do save setup. So if you don't want the cube there, you could delete the cube and save setup. But if you want to do a load of factory settings and stuff, you can. So don't worry about messing things up in Blender. If you ever ruin something or something, you can always go back to here and load default. Oh yeah, another thing in use preferences, if you change anything like the theme and stuff, you want to save the tabs and stuff. If the text is too small for you, you can change the size of that. And hopefully that isn't going to save it for me, I'm hoping. And yeah, that's the basics to help you get started in Blender and able to follow other people what they're doing and stuff. I hope this tutorial was useful. Thank you.